Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
What's going on, everybody? You have made it here. This is the spot, this is the time, this is the place. This is Big Game Sports Buzz. Yes. Where the sports fanatic and the professional player gets together, professional athletes get together and talk about sports and everything else around it. I am J-Stogs Buff Nerd. Let's go. And of course, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why this show is what it is. Big Game James. What up, dude? How you feeling?
What up, man? Hey, another day on God's green earth. I'm blessed.
Let's go. Of course, we want to send a big shout out to everyone that's joining us, whether you are here on the YouTube, on Facebook, whether you listen to us on Spotify, Amazon, where else are we? Apple. Wherever you listen to your platform, whatever platform you listen to the podcast, we thank you for joining us, making sure that you comment, because we always like watching those, reading those, and, of course, responding to those. Tonight's podcast is going to be fun. It's going to be fun, okay? That's the only way I can really describe it. Make sure that you tune in. As you're thinking about it, think about this. Top 5 tonight is going to be top 5 sports clapbacks of all time. So, make sure you're thinking about that. Clap back, hey, somebody said something and they came right back at them, or they were able to come back. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. But, man, so much.
It's a long one, Jay, because you made me have to find what was said back. I don't feel like reciting all that, though.
Well, I have to do that, man. So, and some of my, hey, we're going to see how this works. This is kind of a new territory when it comes to top 5s, but, hey, you got to grow. Okay. Got to grow. But no, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share to everyone you know. Everyone you know, especially your haters, because they want to know what's going on as well. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Big shout out to my Rangers, man. AL West leading Rangers.
Hey, don't they need to at least win one more and have the
half a game?
Houston lose.
They need half a game.
Half a game.
Half a game. They're 2.5 up.
Oh, man, ain't that something?
It is, man. I'm nervous. I don't know how to feel, but we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. But hey, you know what? I think we've taken care of house. Make sure that you can also purchase merchandise like what Big Game has on, the official Oh Hell No shirt, and of course the hat. There's also tumblers and mugs, and they come in all different kinds of sizes and colors.
So make sure you cop that. Show too.
Yeah, make sure you cop that. But hey, let's get into it. Am I missing something, Big Game?
Nah, you good, baby. Let's roll. You ready?
Let's go. Man, they get a swig of that water. Sometimes you get some good water, man. It's like, oh,
Hey, I know these last couple of hot days, Jay, water been tasting like cognac on ice in the cup sometimes. Man, it just make you go.
I'm telling you. Now, ain't nothing better than hose water, though.
Are you trying to chew it? Hey, man, you know what? They might call CPS on you today if you gave kids hose water.
Hose water is the best.
And And notice, if you're listening to this and my southern draw is messing you up, when I say hose, I mean water hose. Let's just be clear.
In different area codes.
Yeah, I don't mean the ludicrous water. I don't mean the ludicrous water. I mean that good old. He mean that good old green garden hose.
That's it.
Water hose. Because you know, as a kid, it wasn't no Osaka, no Aquafina, no Dasani, and your grandmama said, "You come in this house one more time, you're gonna stay in the house.
That's it.
Get some water from that water hose.
Get it from the hose. Get that hose water. Get that hose water. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump into this. Man, let's break it with the first down with the biggest news of the day. Dame Lillard signs with the Bucks. Traded to the Bucks. Let's say that it's traded to the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks. Okay. And who they got back, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Look, they got some first round picks and they got Holiday.
I was about to say, what's the breakdown? Because at first it came around. I'm in the coach's office today, and one of the coaches said, "Yo, my phone just said that Dame going to Milwaukee." So we go to ESPN and it's not up yet. He's like, "Man, that's fake news," and we couldn't find it anywhere. 20 minutes later, another coach walked in and was like, "Man, can you believe what Milwaukee just did?" We go back to ESPN and it's finally up that it's rumored to be a 3-team trade going on.
Right.
And they're like, what in the heck just happened? See, the NBA kind of pissed me off, Jay, because back in the day when the Lakers tried to get Chris Paul, when they had Kobe and Dwight, they couldn't do it. Now they're letting this happen with Dame Lillard. It ain't right, though.
Yeah. So basically it goes down like this. Milwaukee Bucks agreed to deal with the Blazers and Suns, so it's a 3-team trade to acquire Lillard. Portland gets Holiday, Ayton, Mara. Yeah.
They just sent him to hell.
Yeah. And a 2029 Bucks first round pick. The Bucks pick and a Bucks pick swap. Phoenix gets Nurkic, Little, Johnson, and Allen. So really, Phoenix didn't really get nothing, if you ask me. Okay. So
I mean, I wasn't gonna ask you, but I was thinking the same thing.
Phoenix really didn't. I think at the end of the day, it was all about, unloading some contracts and making some room, and they feel like they got their nucleus there anyway. With Paul and Booker,
and KD.
KD, yeah.
Little calf.
Yeah, little calves. So I don't know. Good luck to him. I just don't. I don't think this is that big of a trade, a big of a deal. They're like, well, can you imagine him and Giannis together? And who else? Middleton, who's always injured now.
But they got Portis, they got Lopez. But that thing about it, Jay, that's what they had when they won it. But you have a better piece at the point guard position now. You don't think for the Eastern Conference that Miami and Philadelphia and Boston need to worry a little bit about this move?
Nah. Philly needs to worry about their own team. Number one. Miami seems to always find a way. And look, I've been very critical of Spoelstra. Okay.
Yeah.
I really have.
Yeah.
I have. But I have to go ahead and say Spoelstra is a coach of the year type coach every year, because when you look at his roster and you look at the quote unquote superstars, okay, that are on that team, and people would say that oh shoot, I can't even think of his name now.
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets, yes. Butler is not considered a superstar of the league. He's a star, but not a superstar.
Here we go. Yeah.
But yet you make it to the finals. I mean, not the final, but you make it to the playoffs and you push to the final. I mean, you make a real good push to the finals just about every year. I mean, you gotta you got to tip your hat.
Now, did Miami make it this past year?
To the finals?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Yeah, it was them in Denver.
Yeah, I know it was Denver. Yeah, I guess
Denver
so.
Miami. Come
it wasn't Celtics, yeah. So
they gonna
that's how bad it was, though. But that's
they
how
gonna take
bad
our basketball card away. You forgot that fast who played in the NBA Finals, bro.
It was that bad. It was that bad.
All right, man. I ain't arguing. The point is, I think James
was it good?
Deal.
Was it good?
It was good to see some variety. That's what I'm doing. Yes,
boring.
That's what I'm doing right now. That's what
boring.
I'm doing. Yes, variety was
great. It was
boring. This year.
It was boring. It was good to see someone else. Yes.
We've talked about Damian Lillard. We talked about him come out and make the statement of being true and not ring chase, yet to come back and whine and cry herself out of a deal and get traded to a better contender. Milwaukee's a better, whether we say it's good or not, that's a better contending team than what he was on in Portland.
Absolutely.
I think it's big for Giannis because I believe Giannis is the type of player that's like, look, I don't want to be a one champion winner in my career and never get there again. So I think they gave him a viable piece. What else can they put with it to make it happen? Like I said, I like Dame Lillard. I'm a Dame Lillard guy. The only thing about Dame that made me mad and drove me crazy was the flip-flopping and wishy-washiness on the, I will never do this. I will stay loyal to the city. I'll stay loyal to Portland. And it was like, Portland didn't make no moves. And then Miami like, shit. Can I recant that statement? Portland ain't helping me.
Exactly.
So this is good for him because now I feel like he gets a restart, a fresh start in a new place to try to go get a championship, man, because he's at that point now. He's done everything. He's been a scoring leader. He's been the All-Star games. He's, has he been the league MVP?
No.
And if not, close to it, he's been in the running before, right? So I think this is what Dame Lillard needs to, to right his own ship. He needs to get on this new team, go compete, try to win a championship, and, let's see how this thing ends.
I hope so, but I don't know, man. I know it's good for him because now he doesn't have to be the guy. He can be the number 2. He can just play. Giannis is well enough and has really put an ultimatum to the Bucks to say, look, I'll stay if I see that the front office is making moves for us to get better.
Right.
If not, then I'll have to weigh my options at that point.
I like it. I like it. They try to please their superstar, and they get another superstar to come in there and play with them. That small market, they really gonna be going crazy.
Yeah,
because there's nothing in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but the Bucks.
What about their football team?
That's Green Bay.
It's close.
It's an hour and a half away.
It's close. It's close-ish.
Hey, man, let's get this thing.
Let's go to the second down. Let's get to the second down. Let's talk football. Not the type that you may know here in America. No, the beautiful sport, the international game of football, or as we here in America call it in American, soccer. So here's the deal. Messi is not playing again tonight. And the number that they're stating is that about 75% of the games that he's played, he's come out. Okay, he hasn't played the full game. He's starting to miss more and more games. He's breaking down because guess what, folks? He's old. Okay. But still, well, I mean, it is what it is. But he's still, the team is still, Milan is still drawing because of the fact that he may just show up. He may just be out there.
He might pull a Prince and just go to go in the back door of the club and get on stage and play the guitar, huh? He might just show up and play rock star.
Just wave. Just wave, Is this good for, I'm sure it's good for MLS, but for his legacy as we start to, I mean, I feel like it's solid, but
his legacy is not changing, bro. One way or another, what he's done for the game of soccer on the international level to convert the amount of Americans that love the game because of this guy too, at that level that he's played, it's all good. He don't have to play another down in MLS, another down. I'm a football head. I just turned it down, and I know they play those damn 90-minute halves and shit.
Another minute. He doesn't have to play another minute.
Yeah, he doesn't have to play another minute. He's fine. He solidified himself of what he's going to be remembered as. I think MLS has done the best marketing of all professional sports this year. In the small window of time they've had it to market him, they've maximized the opportunity to make it about them and to help the growth of the game. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, that's still what it's all about, man. They're helping their cities capitalize on it when teams come through the plan, just in case he does touch the grass. You gotta admire the business hustle of these guys on this.
Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of a bully, so I'm kind of glad that he's been kind of bullying people out there. And maybe it's just the fact that it's an international game that he's bringing here to say, hey, you're not finna get on me like that. When you say that though about the legacy, it kind of reminds me of Jordan in Washington. Like, no one really thinks about that. They don't like, it happened, but whatever,
Right.
It's still Jordan, right? It's still Jordan. You think about Chicago Bulls Jordan. So yes, he's in MLS. Yes, he's drawing people, and just like Jordan Park drew people in Washington whenever they played, it was like, oh, we're going to go see a Washington game. Like, what? Right? So
you had to, though, Jay. Like you said, you had to.
You had to go.
People went to watch them Wizards games hoping to get a glimpse of the Bulls Jordan. And that guy was gone. So what you're saying makes a lot of sense now that I'm older and think about it like that. Damn. People were just hoping and wishing, and maybe they would, but shit, I was in the league. I knew he was done.
Just to see some messy magic, just a little bit of it. You wanted to see some Jordan magic, just a little dunk, even if it was from they didn't have the half circle there in the middle there, but just something from them, right? Just to say, I saw them play. I saw them play. I saw them do something.
There we go with them fans again. I'm desperate. Hey, fans, y'all look great. We appreciate y'all.
But that's an interesting point. Fans drive the sport. Fans also drive some other stuff too, but it's a necessary evil of both the ways of what you get from fans, because a lot of fans are so loyal to a fault to where it turns into craziness sometimes, right? Yeah, very true. Very, very true. And we're gonna have to talk about this maybe on the next podcast, or I'll have to write that down about fantasy. And we've talked about it, but fantasy and fans and players. I really want to go.
Boy, yeah, that's a whole show by itself, bro.
that's a whole that's a chop shop kind of deal. But
because I found myself as that fan sometimes, and being a former player, I'm like, come on, man, you know better than that shit.
That part, because I was ready to give it up, man. I was like, what?
Speaking of fantasy, my son said he did this to your team this week.
You tell him I don't appreciate that. And the mere fact that certain people had stellar days, that's a stellar day, man. That's just when you're not going to win. It's just when you're not going to win.
Yeah, it was some of those. Luckily, I got a win, but one of my star players got hurt and is out for the season. So
so that happens. Yeah, that happens. But hey, let's jump into this third down. And we'll spend a little bit more time here, because this is actually talking about Coach Prime. Over the weekend, Coach Prime, I don't know if you were under a rock or whatever, he got throttled. Okay. He got beat up. In his words, they got whooped.
Oregon's still doing it.
Yeah, to the point that they were going for 2 every single time. They were going for 2 points every time they scored.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, ask your question.
Well, the question is, are we starting to suffer from Deion/Coach Prime exhaustion?
The Prime effect. I'm not going to call it exhaustion because this is the thing. If you're a fan of what Deion has been selling, you're a fan of what Deion's been selling. That's not going to change you. I'm going to say one quick thing and not beat this point. People in the media drive the circus and how people react to it. Because before the first game of the season against TCU, they said that Colorado had the second worst roster in the country. Only UMass had a worse roster than them. This is what some experts said. They said that they weren't going to be very good, that they weren't going to win any games. And you and I had a discussion on the show last spring about what can the Colorado Buffaloes do. We pulled up their schedule. We talked about what they would and wouldn't do. I think I had them at 5 wins. You said, big game, you might be crazy. And then they win the first 3 games of the season. Right? Colorado's going to win it all. The door is going to win the Heisman. And it's almost just like,
yeah, hit that.
Hold on. Anybody who knows the game and watches college football enough was like, slow down. They played well within teams that were matched up great with. And I take nothing away from Coach Prime. He's already tripled what they won last year. He's already tripled that. Great job. People's like, man, you said that he might have a chance. I said if Oregon plays against Colorado the way they played against Texas Tech, Colorado would have a chance.
Yeah.
Oregon did not play that way. Oregon played the way I thought they would do Texas Tech, which was dominate. I thought they would dominate Texas Tech, and they didn't. They did that in this game at home against Deion. But this is my one problem, Jay. And I know I'm talking long, and I apologize, but this is my thing.
Go for it.
The Deion effect.
Yeah.
Everyone is lined up, and these coaches cannot wait. It's not even about the kids. They're talking this track. They want to beat Deion Sanders. We saw it with Jay Norvell. And I'm going to tell you what I think it is. For so long in the coaching ranks and professions, it is, and no offense to a lot of these college coaches, but let's be realistic. A lot of these guys, yes, they played some college ball, but they were never super duper duper college stars. They were try hard, work hard guys, grinded out with the grad assistant route, worked their way up through the ranks. And so now I work my way through the ranks. I earned my job the old-fashioned way. Now, here it is. You have this highly, highly decorated individual in Deion Sanders, who was an All-American in college, a professional football player, Super Bowl champion, Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Famer. He has all the highest accolades you can have for a former player. Now, if he can come into our circle and get the attention that we have never been able to garner and get, he is a threat to me. Now I want to make a point to just beat him because we don't want others like him to come in and get these jobs that we worked so hard to get. Because the one thing that a lot of people are afraid of is more former players coming in that has a high following, praise, accolades that can come in and take away from what they think they built that only should be for them. And that's a lot of what the problem is with Deion Sanders. It's not the fact that he's confident. It's the fact that he can come in and get a job and he went from a high school to an HBCU to a Power 5 conference. Shit, if he can do this, we're in trouble. So they're making a point about trying to beat them for other reasons other than the game of football. Now, game of football, I'll say this every time. Somebody like, man, they shouldn't run the score up. Shit, my job as a coach is to have my team ready to stop it.
Yeah.
And if I can't stop them, then at the end of the day, I got to shake that coach hand. They whip my behind. Point blank, period. But a lot of what's going on with the whole Deion Sanders thing has nothing to do about him and the football position. They're scared of where he's at and what he might do and what it could do to diminish how other coaches has gotten a job. And that's just me and what I believe. And people can say I'm crazy. I don't care. I've seen it too many other ways. I've heard whispers behind walls. I've heard certain things. I've even talked to some of my former NFL friends like, hey, big dog, you weren't just a great player. You got a great mind. Why you not coaching? Man, I ain't dealing with that bullshit. You know what they want me to do? Well, you know how I got to do this? They don't make that white boy do that. I'm like, whoa, we ain't got to be. But you stop and look at it, you like,
right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. We're going to leave it be. Right. So, now, if you ask me, I said these next 2 weeks going to be the 2 toughest weeks of the season thus far for Colorado because of who they play. Yes, you have a target on your back. Yes, you're giving bulletin board material. That's cool. That's part of the game, Jay. It happens all the time.
Right.
But why are you making it personal against this staff and this kid and this man? And that's just kind of what I think it is, bro.
No, I give yourself a hand clap on that. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. And the reason why I say Deion exhaustion or prime exhaustion, because, they're saying, oh, well, he's said all this and Atlantic came in and he took it to him. He took it to him. And even Coach Prime said, hey, they talking about me. They said they beating me. It's not about him. It's about the players. It's about the team. Appreciate you, Big. Keep coming through. Thank you for the content. Yes, sir. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. At some point in time, though, they do have to step up, and they know that they have to play these types of teams to get better. They're already ranked in the top 25. They hadn't done that. They hadn't been there for a very long time.
But Jay, remember when I told you I thought the ranking was too high, too fast?
Yeah, you did say that.
I said the ranking was too high, too fast. It's just like you know this game. Until you get about the week 8 before true rankings come out. You go from saying that this team is the second worst roster in the country to all of a sudden catapulting them in the top 20, right outside the top 15 to get them. Come on, dog. It's not even realistic.
Well,
it wasn't even realistic. I'm not surprised Oregon beat them the way they did. The first thing me and one of my friends said was Colorado has got to get better up front on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And that's where they got exploited in this game against Oregon.
Yes.
The same positions that I said they had a deficit at.
Yes. And look, Coach Prime has said the same thing. He has said that the whole season, hey, out front, our offensive line has to get better. We got to get bigger guys, and we got to get guys that know what to do and how to do it. And our defensive front needs to get better, especially against the run, because guess what Colorado State did? They ran the ball on them.
Yeah.
They ran the ball on them. They were able to do some things against Wisconsin because, hey, excuse me. And look, this is my 2 cents, but that Wisconsin quarterback just wasn't ready. And I think the coaches put him. Yeah, and I think the coach put him in a bad position there when it came to that.
They beat a Nebraska team they were supposed to be because they had a better team than Nebraska did. They hyped it up because they thought Matt Rule was going to automatically turn that team around in a week, and it didn't happen that way. So, I mean, this is my thing. Colorado, I believe, if anybody now that was jumping all on the wagon, swinging from the L to the R, jump off now, just rid yourself from any kind of fandom. You don't deserve to call yourself no kind of fan.
That's it.
Deion is still building something. I still believe he's going in the right direction. It just wasn't. And I'm real. If anybody's watching this late, please get in the comment and tell me if you thought after 3 games Colorado was going to be undefeated. Please type it in there and let me know.
Oh,
and
my
give
God.
me your address so I can come slap the snot out you. Because she's stupid.
Don't do
no
that.
one thought Colorado would be undefeated going as a time. I didn't. And like I said, and if you don't believe me, go back to older shows where Jay and I talk about the Colorado Buffalo. I clearly always said that Colorado was going to struggle at some point in time during this season. They started hotter and faster than we thought.
Yeah. And yeah, media loves to lift you up so they can tear you down, Keith. You're exactly right. That is what they do. Because they have to have headlines. It's just like, it's kind of funny, but the Oregon coach says, they do this for clicks. Guess what? So are you. So are you.
Hey, if anybody out there, and see, that's why I was going to do that individual piece. Because Oregon coach, Matt, I don't even know your name, whatever. You full of it. Because if you don't think Oregon does it for clicks, go look at all the social media pages. Every school in the country, knowing how they have to recruit kids, has a social media presence. So if you have a social media presence, guess what you're trying to get? Clicks.
Look, that game, I think it was over 2 million viewers for that game. Even after they were getting drove, it was still over 2 million viewers for that game.
Yep.
Come on now. Come on.
Right.
And there's going to be even more. They're saying there's going to be even more for the USC game, Colorado USC game.
Oh, yeah, think about it. You got Caleb Williams, and then you got all the side talk that started going into, is he really the Heisman favorite, or should it be Shiloh? What was the quarterback? Shedeur?
Shedeur? Yeah, Shedeur. It's not Shedeur. Not after that game.
No.
Not after that game.
Now, I still think but like I said, Jay, let's really go back and think. When he was at TCA Christian here in the Dallas area, he was a D1 prospect. So people act like they're surprised he can play Division I football. The dude he was a Division I prospect. No, I know you. I'm saying people in general who don't really know. You know what I mean?
Well, because they believe that he should play the same position that his father played. Right? They believe he should be something that they want him to be. And they're just breaking the mold. They're saying, no, we're not going to do that. This is how we're going to play it. Look, man, we can stay here all day. Let's get to this fourth down because we got more podcasts to go to. In this fourth one, apparently the Clippers are reporting that Kawhi is healthy. Great. Wait, before we move on, let me see what Keith said. Oregon has the Nike brand all over. Yep, they use to promote how many different uniforms they can come out in. How's that exactly?
Yeah, Oregon got uniforms that don't even have shit to do with their school color. They just make them stuff. Like they had some splattered paint uniforms a year ago. And I'm not hating on Oregon.
No,
Oregon is live, and Oregon has made almost every kid every top recruit has put Oregon in their top 10 based solely on uniforms and weight rooms alone. And all that's done through their social media. Man, give me a break. They do it for clicks. We do it for wins. You shut the hell up. That was a great locker room speech, but you full of shit.
It was. Yeah. I mean, hey, look, you're not going to lose after that. Yeah. Anyway, going back, fourth down, Kawhi is healthy. Look, does that make the Clippers a contender?
Hey, Jay, I heard something today real quick. I'm going to let you give your, because I know you're going to hit a good one, because you break it down pretty good when it comes to those Clippers. Somebody today said that they compared Burger King to the Clippers of the NBA. Will always be around, can be a solid go-to if everything else is just too far out of reach, but will never win you over.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. That's tough, man. Here's the thing about this, right? I'm so glad that he's healthy. I always want the best players to be healthy. But I'm just curious, who else is on this team? Who else?
Paul George.
It's Paul George. He's Paul George.
I mean, you just asked me.
Anyone else? Yeah. Here's the thing. I'll run it down for you.
Go. You got
Zubac. Yeah. Ivica Zubac. Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. Terrence Mann, Amir Coffey, Nicholas Batum.
Man can play. Okay. I'm just saying.
Thank you. Russ Westbrook.
Oh, shit.
Norman Powell. Jason Preston. Like, bro, are you Robert Covington? Marcus Morris Sr. Mason Plumlee. Like, bro,
They got somebody named Musa Diabetes on here. I'm just playing, my bad.
It's Musa Diabetes.
Oh, my bad.
Diabetes.
Moso Diabetes. Like, what the hell?
I know his family meant well when they named him. They shouldn't have. Look, this does not move the needle. Who cares if he's healthy? They still got to play in the West, and they still have a roster that scares nobody.
Yeah,
it scares no one.
But I think from this statement being released by the Los Angeles Clippers, Jay, it's just them trying to find something to be happy to build on, right? For the last 3 seasons together, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard have not been able to be on the court together for a long period of time or finish more than half a season together. I think the Clippers are just hanging on to hope right now that they can get something out of Kawhi. They went and ran and grabbed him after that championship in Toronto, and then he's turned into a whole nother player. And we know he's getting up there in age. And Father Time, what we say all the time, is undefeated.
Undefeated. And Paul George, I mean, bro, he's been robbing the NBA for a very long time. He's been robbing these teams for a very long time. Sitting at $42 million. We're just robbing them.
Put the money in the bag.
Just robbing them. And then you got Russ Westbrook. Well, look, he is who he is. I think he gets a bad rap a lot of times just because of how he, deals with media and fans.
Well, he's done it to himself.
Yeah, I'm okay. I think there are moments when people push him just to get a reaction, just to get clicks themselves.
I got a question for you.
Since go ahead.
For so long now, after that Chop Shop episode, we brought up superstars and all-stars. Where do you now rank Kawhi Leonard at this point in his career?
Ooh, gosh.
Ooh, yeah, crazy, right?
Maybe star, maybe. I mean, I'm not checking. Here's the issue. Number one, he plays in the West. So if I'm looking at the West, obviously LeBron is still there. Say what you want to, it's still LeBron.
I'm not even.
What's going on, Big Wallace? What up?
Wallace.
Of course, you got Jokic. You got Murray. You got Booker. You can say what you want to about Booker. He is who he is. He is what he is.
I don't hate Booker. That's A. Reed.
Yeah, well,
That's A. Reed.
True. That's very true because they look alike. You also have Steph. Yeah, for sure. And you got Clay. I mean, out of that whole West, you got shoot, my guy, Luka. I mean, dude, you got Kyrie. There's still people in the West.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying there are people in the West that are better players.
Say it. There it is. You just said it.
Better players in the West than Kawhi, and they are more durable than Kawhi. So them saying coming out, oh, he's healthy now. No one cares. No one cares.
Right, Jay. Kawhi Leonard coming to the Dallas Mavericks. Does he make y'all better than the roster you have right now?
No, because he won't play that much.
You believe it? Okay.
Absolutely. Tell me a season where he played the whole season. Give me a year where he played the whole year.
It's been a minute because he started load management back with Popovich before he left San Antonio. So I'm not arguing that. I'm just asking, does Kawhi Leonard make anyone's team instantly better if he's healthy enough to play an entire season?
If he's healthy,
you said he won't play a whole season.
He won't play a whole season.
Get it. Okay.
If was a split, we all be high. You just said 3 seasons. Yeah, I said it. 3 seasons with Paul George. They haven't been on the court at all together for real. Not a significant amount of time.
Okay. Hey, man. But
you know what it makes me say?
Yeah, I know what it made you say. Clippers, y'all ain't gonna win. If you think you are,
oh
hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
Oh, hell no.
That's right. This is the part of the podcast where we look at stuff that happens throughout sports and life, like Kawhi, like the Clippers announcing Kawhi is healthy. Like that's just, some great announcement. Luka's healthy too. Ooh, everybody's healthy now.
Is Luka fat still? I'm sorry.
Yes.
That wasn't necessary. I'm sorry.
Yes, he is. But he's still better than us in basketball.
Hey, shit. If all the thing is for you to be better than me, then shit, that's a bad standard, bro.
Paul George, I'm looking at you. All right, man. Let's get to it. This week's oh hell no. You want me to go first? I'll go first, man.
Hey, whatever, mine's gonna be quick and easy. So whatever you got, go ahead, brother.
Hey, mine's quick and easy, just like Justin Fields. Because let me tell you something about the Chicago Bears organization. They're going through right now. It's not bad enough that Justin Fields called out their coach. It's not bad enough that it looks like they're tanking, but they're not. But they are, but they're not. But apparently 2 weeks ago, they had a robbery, a theft at the stadium. Some people broke into the stadium and stole $100,000 worth of equipment. And it wasn't even equipment that was owned by the Bears. It was actually contractors that were working there at the stadium. They stole their stuff. I mean, how bad can it get? Your defensive coordinator resigns, right? And there's some kind of allegations going on there as well that is coming out of Chicago.
Hey, man, I know Allen, man. He's a good dude, man.
I hear you, but look, the streets is talking. The streets is talking.
Oh,
when they start saying health,
the streets are talking to boy. Yes, they running their mouth right now.
They running their mouth, talking, health and family and all of that. I'm hey, look, all prayers up to you. I wish you the best. Get that comeback, coach. I'm sure you're a good coach, you're a good man, and all of that. But the streets is talking that there may be something that it's kind of happening in the organization that it really shouldn't be. But besides that, Chicago, do better, be better. That's all I'm saying. Just as a whole, because you get an oh hell no from me. Why are you stealing stuff? Why?
But do you really blame the Bears in general for the stuff being stolen? They didn't say the Bears stole it. It just went missing. Someone could have broken in there. we ain't gonna generalize all the time.
Are you tired of it already? It happened 1 week, man. Maybe 2. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Oh, man, come on.
Hey, I'm with Keith. That's a whole publicity stunt within itself. I'm not buying it. Did you see the thickness that Travis Kelce was with prior to Taylor Swift?
Man,
now he would olive oil.
She was amazing.
But
but you know what though? I'm gonna say it like this. Yeah, her tour was supposed to be just nationwide. Now it's worldwide, right? And it's coming on the heels of this whole thing. Kelsey's jersey just went up like 400% after seeing her there. Jerry Jones was on the radio today talking about how it was great for football and clicks and people watching and how her demographic is coming over to watch football. So yeah, it's a man. Look, I guess I don't know.
I ain't buying that shit with your money. You give me some money to buy it, I'm gonna keep it in my pocket.
I don't know. I feel like Kelce is safe because he kind of talks like a brother, but he's not a brother. Can I say that? Well, I just
say that.
I just said it. He kind of gives that vibe, but not all the way.
He let the one white homeboy everybody got.
So he's safe.
Everybody had that one white homie that was cool. I got a couple of them.
I love the fact that his brother's hating on him.
Yeah, but it's funny because his brother like a straight the other Kelsey like a straight Billy Bob compared to him. It's night and day.
Yo, Keith, that's right. Demographics 14-year-old girl. So hey, if you got a 14-year-old daughter,
hey,
Daddy, let's watch the Chiefs.
Hey, Keith is not lying. The other day in the gym, they like, Coach, can we listen to some music in the weight room? I said, nah. I said, sure. And I always go, don't ask me to play nothing. I'm gonna play my playlist. I had some old 90s something on. And it was like, this one little girl's like, Coach, can you please play something for me? I'm like, oh, she cool. Yeah, sweetie, what you want to hear? Taylor Swift. My mouth, I don't listen to no. I don't even know how to play Taylor Swift. I don't know how to Oh shoot. I played it. All the girls in class went crazy. I was like,
crazy.
This has got them kids brainwashed, bro.
Crazy, man. What's your old hell now? I'm sorry, bro. Thank you, Keith. Though I had to put that in
good.
there.
No, that's a good one.
Good stuff.
That's even better than mine. I got a quick oh hell now. My oh hell now goes out to the Notre Dame defensive coordinator for 4th and goal with 4 seconds left on the clock. You overload one side of the defense of the offensive line. You have nobody in position. It was funny. We're watching the game, and I looked at my son. I said, "Hey, man, I said I'm running the ball to the left." I said, "There's nobody over there." And he's like, "You can't run the ball with 4 seconds left." I said, "Look at the defensive line. Everybody's on the opposite side of the center." I said, "He can fall for a touchdown." They ran the ball. They got a touchdown. Notre Dame loses, and it's just oh hell no to me because you call the timeout to kind of see what they're gonna come out in. Then you come out in a formation where you overload, don't know what you're doing. I don't even know what you accomplished by doing that. I've never seen that formation ever before in defense in my life, and you lose the game. So the Notre Dame defensive coordinator, you get the big oh hell nah from me this week.
He should get double because he only had 10 men on the field. That's a
twofer.
And how about that wasn't the first time that game that happened? It actually happened before when they had a big reception. There was 10 men on the field then. Now the Coach Freeman takes the blame, but dude, come on. Yeah. 10 men on the field.
You have a man upstairs that's supposed to count every time and let you know.
10 players. And they're like, Coach, we don't have 10 players. We don't have to. Hey, go for it. You're good. We don't want a penalty.
At 11, the guy's a bum anyway. All right, man.
Oh, gosh, man. Let's hit this between the lines, man, because we ain't got time.
Let's go.
All right, so between the lines, hey, let's go ahead and let's just, get to the thing that everyone wants to talk about, I'm sure. All right. Yes. The Dallas Cowboys lost, okay? And they lost to a very, very bad team, okay? It was an 0-2 team with Josh Dobbs starting. He got his first start and win of his career against what some believed, myself, against the number one defense in the league. They looked quite pedestrian, okay? That RPO is a thing. That RPO is a thing. And this is something that I said, and look, we're actually moving Dallas, the Cowboys cutting up to Thursdays because I got things going on Tuesdays. So we'll be on tomorrow, right before the Eagles show, 2 birds, 1 show. Look, you're not going to win every game. It's only happened once in the whole history of the National Football League, okay? Whatever. They lost.
72.
Okay, so there's whatever.
I know you don't believe this, Jay.
Yeah.
I was not even going to speak on your team. I wasn't even going to speak on it. I wasn't going to talk about it. But it came out of it. And let me tell you this. I was beyond shocked. I never saw this happening. For how they played the first 2 weeks and then what they look like in Arizona.
Yeah.
I've experienced this as a player. They went into that game thinking, we got this.
Yes.
No big deal. And they got hit in the mouth.
Yes.
And they didn't know how to stop them punches from coming. And so they took it for the rest of the game.
Yes.
And that's all that was. It was a simple case of thinking that you had all things in control, that you were going to make it happen, and you got punched in the mouth. For them to run the ball the way they did on that Dallas Cowboys defense shocked us. But, man, my mouth hit the ground. I was like, what?
But most of this was the first half, though. Most of this happened during the first half.
Yeah, it was too late to fix it.
Well, yeah. The Cowboys had plenty of opportunities. They were in the red zone at least five times. It's again, we'll talk a lot about that on Thursday, tomorrow.
And y'all tune in tomorrow to Cowboys cutting up so y'all can hear J-Stogs and Trey Collins whine about why they Dallas Cowboys choked to the Arizona. I won't even say choked. They got outplayed. That game.
They got outplayed.
I'll say that.
They did. They got outplayed.
But you know the bright spot on that team to me?
What's that?
The quarterback is Josh Dobbs.
Yes.
4th round pick from Pittsburgh out of University of Tennessee.
Yes.
Is he legit? Is he better than the quarterback they just gave $130 million raise to? Yeah.
Say the man's name. Kyler Murray?
Yeah, I was getting to his name. I just threw the dollar signs out in front of it first. That's all, Jay. I'm not afraid to say Kyler Murray's name.
Look,
I mean, I'm really not worried about him. He couldn't hit me unless he climbed up on a shoebox.
So there you go. It doesn't matter the money. What matters is the position. Is Josh Dobbs? I mean, maybe he is. Is he better than Kyler? In this system, he looks to be. In this system, he looks to be. And I'm starting to really believe, and I've always had this belief, but I'm really believing that the system and the quarterback have to meet and have to.
Oh, shit. No doubt about it. That's why GMs and coordinators who say we can make this guy fit our system are stupid. You have to fit a guy that you have to draft the guy that's right for your system already. Or you have to change your system to fit the quarterback you pick when you get him there if he's not the right guy. And that's what so many people cannot do.
And I think that played out really in, we saw that also this weekend from Pittsburgh. Okay, Dobbs is actually a rocket scientist, bright dude. And sometimes it just takes having a good opportunity and a good chance with a coach that's willing to see what you can do, because there was a lot of RPOs. Josh Dobbs can run the ball. He's got a good arm, especially when they're wide open, right? So, hey, throw the ball, run under it. There you go. So, no, absolutely. But I was going to actually talk about the Miami-Denver game. 70.
Originally that was my old hell no, Jay.
Yes, I can definitely see that. And apparently Denver they've only scored 69 points this season. So Miami in one game scored more points than Denver has
in 3 games combined.
Like, that's crazy. Is it too early to say that trade was not I won't say bust, because I know you don't like that term, but it just wasn't a good trade, wasn't a good fit, and Sean Payton maybe is too far removed from the game, or it's just not working.
Let's say this, and I'm going to come to Russell Wilson's defense right now. He don't play defense. He didn't give up 70 damn points.
He didn't.
He scored 20. If his defense hold him to 17, they win.
Yeah.
He just got the 7 in the wrong spot. 70. Damn.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Jay,
That's quite a bit. Yeah.
Someone said this to me today.
Yeah.
They said, hey man, the Miami Dolphins are fun to watch right now. And
sure.
I was like, when was the last time you heard anybody say that about the Dolphins?
Marino.
Marino, yeah.
Marino.
Oh, you got to go back to Dan Marino. That's how long it's been.
Maybe Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
Maybe.
okay. I give you that. That's a good one.
Maybe Ricky Williams.
This team is playing with a purpose, and if their quarterback stays healthy, they could be a dangerous team in the AFC because their defense has been playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Dude, you know they did that and Waddle was out. Waddle didn't even play.
Yes. But I think though, when you look at Tyreek Hill is just a weapon. Okay, let's just call it what it is.
No doubt, straight weapon.
Tyreek Hill, whether he gets the ball or not, you have to account. You have to put two to account for him. You have to play him both over and under, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to have a corner and you have to have a safety help or a nickel package in for help. That frees up everybody else. But then if you're sitting in a nickel or even a dime package, guess what happens? You now run the ball and Morstead just, listen, this is why I lost. I get that, okay? But when you have one player accounting for 40 to 50 points in fantasy, I mean, and he had what, 4 touchdowns? 5 touchdowns? I mean, come on. What are we doing here? So they're like, all right, you want to run? You're not going to pass on us. Fine. We got a guy that can do it. Hey, guess what? We got 2 guys that can do it. You keep them upright? Yeah. Miami's, we'll see when they get into, AFC East. But I'm thinking, looking at the Patriots, the Jets are, oh my God, despicable, horrible. Buffalo, but Buffalo doesn't look like old Buffalo. Like they don't look like they're world beaters.
I don't trust Buffalo. I
don't trust him either.
I don't trust Josh Allen. I believe he has potential and ability, but he will always find a way to turn the ball over and give it to the other team.
Yeah.
Now they did a pretty damn good job against the Commanders this past weekend that I didn't see coming, but I don't trust him, man. I just don't. Speaking of Jets,
go ahead.
What do you think about Aaron Rodgers calling out his team for being crybabies and why? There's a lot of back and forth bickering going on the sideline in the game this past weekend.
Right. They scored 70. Tyreek announced he wants to be a porn star. It's all great in Miami. I heard a weird thing.
Dude.
Yeah. It's, hey, why not?
I don't care about your second career, Tyreek. Just keep scoring touchdowns, dog.
Hey, why not, bro? Do it. I'm not paying for it. That's not where I am. I don't know. Maybe there's some nice ones in Miami. But back to Aaron Rodgers. Douche Dodgers is going to douche because he is a douche. This is what he does. Should he have called him out on the Pat McAfee? It's funny because it's like Pat McAfee is becoming his soundboard for him, his sounding board, his ability, his platform to just say whatever is on his mind. And here's the problem. No one's going to check him for it, especially not in New York. Apparently, the Coach Saleh said, he's right. I'm glad he did come out and say this. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
But Jay, it's nothing new for a veteran player to try to call guys out and keep them accountable. So let's remove the fact that it's Aaron Rodgers. He's hurt. Everyone is already, they're shook now because here it is. Like, look at Garrett Wilson has me thinking in his mind, damn, I just got somebody that can give me the ball. We work out this offseason. Now I'm stuck with this fool again. Come on, Zach Wilson, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do about it. He got to feel. You could see it in his face when they were going at it on the sideline.
Oh,
just like, look, bro, I can't do you again. Like, somebody's going to have to go. Somebody's going to get hurt. So I feel like Aaron Rodgers had to speak on it. I feel like he had to because that's the reason he was brought in there, to be a leader. His platform, it never comes off great from him regardless. He's already monotone and not interesting to listen to. Like, if you can listen to Aaron Rodgers on the podcast, y'all need to tune into the Big Game Sports Buzz because I should at least have you laughing a little bit instead of, there are times that you have to just grow up.
But Gabe, Why are you saying it from Malibu as you sit in your house in Malibu? Why don't you go to the facility and say it to them and not say it on a podcast?
You know, he probably got in on a Zoom meeting and said it via the Zoom.
You know he did. You know he did.
Man, I know a lot of things. I don't know. I just know that it's got to be Jet fans. I'm not trying to be funny because it's not like my team's just the greatest on earth. But it's got to be hard to be a Jets fan right now.
Very
everything
hard.
you witnessed last year, you thought that you was done with because you signed Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson up there on the sideline just looking like, what? What you looking at me for? That's how he looking. Like,
yeah. Joe Willie Namath is calling y'all out. Joe Willie Namath.
Joe Willie Namath, just keep your hands and words to yourself. Susan Colbert still ain't been right since that night.
Bro, hey, that's how I feel about douche. Yo, we got to get it, man. We're already over. Top 5. Let's go.
Oh, piss quick.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
That's right. Top 5 sports clapbacks. Some people have a top 100. Some have a top 50. Some have a top 25. Some punk out and do a top 10. But here at Big Game Sports Buzz, we do a top 5. What's in, what's out. This week, top 5 sports. Let me say it. I sound like Lou Holtz, don't I? Sports clapbacks. Speaking of, man, I know you're looking at me like you hated this one. It was not your favorite.
And nah, I would.
All right.
It's all good though, you know.
Quick.
Huh?
It should go quick.
All right, well, I'm gonna just read mine.
Go for it.
All right, I got Jeremy Lin and Kenyon Martin. Kmart came out and made a statement. This at the time Jeremy Lin was playing for the Brooklyn Nets. He had cornrows, braids, whatever. And Kenyon Martin said that Jeremy Lin does not know enough about the culture to be able to wear braids, cornrows, right? Jeremy Lin killed him with kindness. He said, kind of like the Asian tattoos you have on your arm. I know you know a whole lot about that culture, right? He said, we should find a time to let this bring us together, embrace us, make us all one, opposed to trying to call people out about the culture. So here it is. You got some Chinese or Japanese, excuse me if I don't know exactly what language it was. You got this Asian writing on your arm. You don't know if they put dog cat soup on you. And you calling out a man for wearing braids because it's not part of the culture, but yet you have his language tattooed on your arm. I thought that was a damn pretty good one, dog. He killed him with kindness, dude. He wasn't even nasty on the tweet or nothing.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart in wrestling was pretty good friends. Hulk Hogan did some things, and Bret Hart just came out and said that Hogan is a despicable, backstabbing liar and a steroid head that can't be trusted. And Hulk Hogan just kind of came back and said, well, if that's how you feel. Like, he didn't get his satisfaction, dog. Hey, if that's how you feel. The third one for me, man, is a football one that I love because it became a little bit of a rivalry, was Darrelle Revis and Ocho Cinco. And, you know, Ocho Cinco said that he was going to come to the island. And he made some kind of crazy thing. Like, I'm going to come to Revis Island and show y'all something that y'all never have. Y'all going to have an escaped convict going crazy with catches on the island. Darrelle Revis played him, shut him down. And he said, I had a dream that I handcuffed all the inmates on the island. So they kind of just went back and forth, man. Just, you know, Darrelle Revis did a lot of his speak with his play. And just for that to happen was pretty damn good. My next one, Shaq and Jalen Rose. I actually found this looking up some of these things, trying to find some more today because I couldn't remember a lot. It's kind of when Shaq was with the Celtics at the end of his career. And Jalen Rose said Shaq just didn't look the same. Shaq says, Jalen Rose doesn't have the audacity to tell me what I do and don't look like, what I can and can't do. And Jalen Rose simply came back and said, I'll call it how I see it. Soft is soft. So he made the diesel soft, man. And then number one, this one here wasn't just a clapback, but it's just pretty much the fuel and insult. And this probably would have led neither one to fight. Kevin Garnett made a statement about Charlie Villanueva when Kevin Garnett was still with I think he was still with the Timberwolves at the time, and Charlie Villanueva was with the Detroit Pistons. And they get into it on the court talking trash. He said, "Man, shut up talking to me. You look like a cancer patient." And Charlie Villanueva has alopecia, so he has no hair, no eyebrows, no hair, no nothing. And Villanueva said, "I could say something, but I know way too many cancer patients to disrespect them by giving Kevin Garnett what he wants." And so he didn't say anything. But dude, there was all some crazy claps that I saw that really just made me go like, "Damn, boy, the Twitter wars can get real sometimes."
They really can. They really can.
Kevin Durant's he be all in his feelings on Twitter. I thought his would have been too easy.
Yeah. Those are facts. Very good, sir. That's amazing. You did that, man. Let me start out with this one. This was actually a question that was posed to Kobe Bryant. And he said basically, and it was talking about someone asked him if he should take a day off or basically load management. He said, "I've never been approached by a coach and asked to rest. They know better than that." Yes, sir.
I feel like the Mamba could do it, dog. Nobody can say that like Kobe. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Kobe. That damn, that's the Mamba right there, baby.
That is it. So apparently there was a time, if you know Snoop Dogg, he's a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Don't get it. He's from Long Beach, but he's a Steelers fan. Goes on to Twitter, right, and actually on Instagram posts a video, basically saying F the Ravens after they beat the Steelers. Of course, the Ravens Twitter people were, saying, "Oh, really?" Dug up a picture of him at Ravens practice with Ray Lewis wearing Ravens gear. Awesome.
Wow.
Love it.
Gotta love it.
Hadn't heard much from him after that. Let's see. Recently, Coach Ryan Day, we talked about this, after Ohio State beats Notre Dame, comes after who? Lou Holtz. Why? Apparently, Lou Holtz said that Ohio State was not strong enough, to beat Notre Dame. They didn't have the will enough to beat Notre Dame. That the team just wasn't there. Well, apparently, Ryan Day after the game says, "You know what? We are strong enough. We are, that good, Lou Holtz. So take that." I don't know. I mean, hadn't been able to beat Michigan. Apparently, that's the thing.
Man, Lou Holtz like 200 years old, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, you just gotta look at what he says that he see now and let him say it and keep playing ball, bro.
Bro, they were literally holding him up at the game.
You ain't gotta clap back at Lou, dog. He hanging on, man. He got a toenail in the grave, bro. Let him make it, dog. Let Lou make it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Jesus.
This happened last year during the playoffs. It was a very sad day here in Dallas. Apparently, Michael Parsons was saying that they were ready for San Fran. That's who they wanted to face. Of course, San Fran goes and they beat the Dallas Cowboys, and Debo puts out, basically a message saying, "Now, who did you want? Who'd you want? Yo, check what you're saying, blah, blah, blah." Right. So, Debo claps back.
I remember that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, he clapped back at him. And, Parsons, the only thing Parsons could come back and say, "Well, what did you do? But congratulations on the win." Like, yeah, but they won. So not much there. Finally, listen, everyone saw this last year. There was a lot of ruckus about it, but it was the girl Reese from LSU and Caitlin Clark.
Oh my God.
Caitlin Clark had been yapping, right? And of course, they get to the game. LSU wins. She starts pointing to the finger, saying, "Hey, who about to win that chip?" Yeah. So there you go.
That's a great one, Jay. That's an instant classic right there. The Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese was an instant classic, bro. For sure. Instant classic. Good job, man.
There you go. Hey, I'm J-Stogs Buff Nerd. Thank you so much for joining in with us, staying with us, sticking with us. Make sure that you comment. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Yes, ring the bell. Let you know when we have our cast coming on live. You can always come in and join with us. Tomorrow we're going to have Cowboys Cutting Up at 8, and we'll have Two Birds, One Show at 9 Central, 10 p.m. on the East Coast.
Hey, man. Good job. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time. Peace.
Dope. It's a dope groove.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game.